Starting off with a balance requirement. And that is a 360-degree outside jump kick.
Jump front kick on the left leg.
As with many typical athletes, many of them choreograph to place a majority of the difficulty elements in the first section of the form. And based on past experience, typical athletes perform 4 different sections of a routine to meet the time requirements.
That time requirement being 1 minute and 20 seconds, which means that you can't just pass by with a very minimal amount of movement. We saw a bit of a hand placement on the floor there. That'll cost her some points.
So Mario, in Wushu competition, as we mentioned, there is a difficulty component along with a overall performance component and a technical requirement component, which relates to 3 panels of judging.
That's right. I think what we've seen historically is the execution of, so there's an A judge, a B judge, and a C judge. The A judges look at the overall basic movements, so stances, specific
Strikes.
techniques. The overall B judges look at overall composition of the routine,
which incorporates their expression, their style, their speed.
And then you've got the C judges, which is specifically looking at the difficulty movements. So the execution of the kick, the execution of the rotation, the degree of difficulty, and the connection, what's known as the connecting moves or the landings. So as we go throughout the competition, you'll be able to see how the judges stack up those deductions and how those can impact you. Typically speaking, if you're able to execute all your A and all your C, generally you can do fairly well.
That's right. And today, obviously, myself and Mario will be explaining quite a bit, as this being the first event, exactly how the scoring format occurs in Wushu Taolu competition. As we await the scores for Denise Mendez from Mexico. And Mario, do you find it's always tough being the first athlete of the entire competition performing?
Oh, it's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking being the first couple of competitors, as the judges are first starting to get their momentum. You know, they're very sensitive to any techniques, and this will really set the tone for the competition.
And as we see, the final score being 8.12 with 3 deductions, a 0.7 deduction on her Group A score, which is cumulative out of 5. Each score or each deduction is coded, and her Group B score, which is a score given, was 2.12.